Should be able to.
Thank you.
Brilliant. It's my first time using GoToMeeting, so hopefully it'll all go very smoothly. If there are any bumps in the road, then please let me know, and we'll see what we can do. Okay, great stuff. So thank you everyone for coming along. I appreciate you spending the time here. I know it's just getting towards the early evening, so yeah, I really appreciate you guys being here. As you know, my name's Andrew. My name's Andrew Birchett, and I'm the Regional Manager for the Middle East and North Africa for St. George's Medical University. Based here in Dubai, myself and my colleague Sebastian, I think a few people have met around the GEMS School Network, so this is great. And Lena, again, thank you for organising this event. I appreciate all your help. It's great. So the presentation will roughly last about 20 minutes. Yasko, if you've got any questions, jump in. You know, I think as much as the information, we want to make sure it's clear as we go all the way through. So let's begin. So as I mentioned, I'm from St. George's University. We are a medical specialist university. We only offer medicine and veterinary science, and we've been in place for now 44 years. So we opened in 1976 on the island of Grenada. We had our first international student in '77, who is in fact still with us. So he's now one of the interview panel. He qualified as a doctor and has stayed with us as one of our alumni all the way through that time, which is great. So first things first, this is the main campus. So as you can see, it is stunning. So it is based in Grenada. It's our true blue campus. Now, everything you can see here with the orange roof is one of our buildings. I think we have over 65 different buildings on site, and I can give you a quick tour. So over here on the right is the accommodation. Through this middle section here is where you'll take your lessons. So there's no reason why you can't, you know, you can always be on time for your lessons just by coming across the accommodation. There's even a bus service on campus as well. We also have our research facility here, and as you can see, I don't know if you can see quite clearly there. That grey strip is the local airport, so that's the runway. So travelling to and from the campus isn't really a worry. So this is the Concourse Buildings, and as you can see, I mean, it's a university with a beach, which is just, well, it's another stunning thing. But we've invested heavily into this campus, so everything you will experience as a student is top of the range. You're looking at a campus that costs what, $500 million. So anything you experience will be the highest possible level you can in your medical career. And this is the number of doctors we've been able to graduate because of that. So to date, we've graduated 17,000 successful physicians, and we're finding that's becoming more and more quickly and quickly. We're growing really quickly over these last couple of years. So it's, yeah, we've got a lot of alumni, which you guys can speak to. You're also, you know, we can speak to current students. There's lots of different ways that we can sort of, you know, interact and help you. Now, it's going to have quite a focus on the US. So predominantly, most of our students are looking for US residency. We do have residency options in the UK, back here in the Emirates as well, and India and other places around the world, also into Canada. But predominantly, I'm going to talk about the US side of things. So as you'll know, in your research, US residency is the key thing. So once you've studied and graduated, how will you get into residency? Well, 91% of our students do. So at the point of graduation, you will be leaving directly into residency as a qualified doctor. So the course we offer is slightly different because it's the MD program, not the MBBS, which means that throughout the program, you will have chance to take clinical rotations and do practical application as well. So we'll talk about it slightly more as we go along. Just to let you know that yes, you will have a chance to go and forward and have a true pathway into your career. So much so that last year we graduated 961 residencies, which is a phenomenal number until we got to this year. So we've actually beaten that. We've put in another couple of hundred guys. So the actual number at the last count, I believe, was 1,135 students, which makes us the #1 provider of US residencies for the last 11 years. Our plan is to be the #1 provider overall. So there you go. So just in case, know that medical school in the world puts more doctors into the system. We are literally at the forefront of what we do, and which allows for you, for your career perspective, the opportunities are limitless. See, back in 2018, we were the second largest source. But if you're looking at the numbers here, since then we've graduated another 2,200 students. So we're catching up with Indiana. We'll get there soon, I'm sure. The idea is that we want to be providing the most number of US residencies by what we do. These guys are key to being able to do that, and one of the keys to your personal career success. So our Office of Career Guidance and Student Development, will be with you from day one. So at the point you enroll, you'll be introduced to the team. These guys are here to shape your career. So we will talk to you about what modules you want to take, look at your plans. So say if you've got a residency and a specialty that you've already got in mind, we will make a pathway of how to get there. We will also interact with our huge clinical network, which I'll go through in one of the next couple of slides, so that you are given every possible opportunity to succeed and to go on and to be a great doctor. We take not just, we look to make you into a great doctor. So the clinical network, this is, as well as the ability to get this into the residency, this will support it. So we actually work with over 75 hospitals in the US, 25 in the UK, and 5 in Canada. So your options to be able to, interact with the best health systems in the world are all throughout the program. So you can see at the bottom here some of the states we work. We've got California, Florida, New York, I think Illinois. I think it's what else we got in there. Missouri, New Jersey. We're placing students all around. So you can do that. Within your research, have you examined what is the US MLE? I would hope so, because it's vital. So the US medical license exam, with us, you'll take the first 2 steps of the US medical license exam. So step 1 and step 2. A lot of the preparation is towards step 1, of which our pass rate is 96%, which is comparable to US and Canadian medical schools. Interestingly, this year, again, we've gone higher than that as well. I think we've gone over 98% in our pass rate. The test has actually changed recently, so it's gone from not just a graded test to a pass-fail. And I think that has really sort of interacted with our model and how we want to do things, and that we prepare you for the test all the way through your study. So there should be no surprises by the time you come around to taking your USMLE. I'm going to play you a short video. This will just show you a bit more about us, what our students are doing, where the guys are coming from, and hopefully you'll find it really interesting.
SGU has done so much to help me prepare. From the very beginning, they always try to keep in mind what's our end goal.
I believe that SGU has really helped propel me towards my lifelong dream of becoming a doctor.
I'm very confident that I wouldn't be where I am today. I wouldn't have gotten residency at Mayo Clinic if I had gone to any school other than St. George's. SGU was the best investment I've made in my entire life. Absolutely.
SGU has an outstanding network of over 16,000 School of Medicine graduates who practice in all 50 United States as well as 50 countries around the world. That's truly remarkable.
We've been in existence for over 40 years, so we've trained a whole lot of doctors. And probably one of the most unique advantages of coming to St. George's is the amount of support that we give to our students. We attempt to make every student that we accept to the med school be successful. We can offer a wide variety of educational pathways leading to the MD degree, which means the vast majority of students that want to be physicians are going to become physicians.
Studying here is quite demanding, but I believe that the school is here to help us, supporting all the students and their families, and that is a big thing.
On campus, an SGU lifestyle, I think, is similar to the school in the States, except you have this beautiful environment where you're really focused on becoming a doctor.
This is a comprehensive campus. We have 65 buildings. We actually run our own bus service. We have our new exercise facility, restaurants, and our brand new dorm is spectacular. We really cater to the unique needs of all of our students and create an incredibly safe and supportive environment.
The school really tries to help you make sure that you know what you're doing, and it's just really nice to have such a big community.
The key to medical education is the learning group size, because that's the environment where you're learning medicine. And most of our curriculum is taught in small groups of 8.
One of the things we do here is we've set up DES, the Department of Educational Services, where our students learn how to learn.
We really focus on the individual. It's really student-centered education. We work with students in workshops. We work with students in small groups. We also do provide one-on-one support for students who are developing their English language.
They provide practice tests, educational material, all of that. And so when I took step 1, for me, it felt like taking another St. George's test.
We're often judged by the success of our students in USMLE exams. And in fact, we are virtually identical to a US medical school in our success rate. But in addition to standardized tests, I think we are particularly good at preparing students to be lifelong learners long into their careers.
The first 2 years in Grenada really prepared me well to succeed here in clinical rotations.
And I do believe that these clinical rotations are probably the most important aspect in trying to narrow down what you want to do for residency.
St. George's allowed me to do multiple rotations, to repeat rotations that I was interested in, and were incredibly encouraging.
We have relationships with over 70 hospitals. So it's really an opportunity for our students to think about, where do I want to train to get the residency that you're looking for?
I'm a second-year resident, and I know this is a privilege. It's a path that not everyone gets to walk, and SGU is really the stepping stone that enabled me to be here.
If you look at the average residency placement, all those numbers are on par, if not better than the US averages, and that's a testament to St. George's.
I'm a big believer in diversity, and all one needs to do is come on the campuses and walk, and you look around you and you see diversity.
I've met so many great people from so many different countries, and they all have different experiences from their country.
You learn about their backgrounds, their customs, their cultures, and having that exposure is crucial, in terms of being able to take care of people down the road.
Our students have the opportunity to train all over the world. We have actually been working in partnership with Northumbria University in Newcastle, England. And one of the things that we can now offer to students is to spend the first year of your medical curriculum in Newcastle.
It gives you a perfect combination of doing 1 year of school in England and 1 year of school in Grenada, and then your clinical rotations in North America, or to come back to the UK.
That type of international medical education is not only extremely valuable, but is quite unique.
Being a doctor in the 21st century, I think not only means being able to take care of patients, but also making sure that you continue to better yourself as a doctor. That's a really key point here, is that St. George's does a phenomenal job at getting you ready for your career.
I don't think that I would have been able to get the experience that I've gotten here at SGU anywhere else.
As soon as they drape the white coat over you, you kind of have that sense that this is the beginning of the journey.
My parents feel pretty happy about this because I'm doing something which is beneficial for mankind.
If you put in the work, doors will fly open for you. And I'm just very, very fortunate and thankful for that opportunity.
So I hope that streamed perfectly well for everyone. So yeah, that's a little more about us. So it mentioned our UK and our Grenada campus. Since that video was made, we have actually opened another branch through working with Ramaya over in India for some students that you guys are eligible for the 5-year MD program. So that leads me perfectly onto the program structure. Now, the total possible program is 7 years. However, with your education, depending on which school system that you're working with, you can enter into the 5 or 6-year MD program. Predominantly, our students coming from the GEM schools are coming into the 5-year program. So those that have taken the Indian curriculum, CBSE, British, A-levels, or IB, with the right grades, you can come into the 5-year program. Those students who follow the American system, so they're using the SATs and the APs, you'll be looking at the 6-year program. Now, the entry criteria is roughly about 80% across all the different grades. So that's 3 Bs in A-level, also AS level, you can come in at 6 year as well. So 3 Bs at A-level, 32 in the IB, and 80% plus in the CBSE or IBSE. If the grade is slightly lower, or say AS levels, you can join in the 6-year program as well. So there's lots of options. Now you can see underneath, there are a number of flags indicating where you're able to study. So obviously predominantly these years are here in Grenada. Then from year 2 for the 6, 5 and then 4-year MD program, you can actually go and study in the UK first, and you can still choose to do your placements in the US, UK, or then potentially Canada after that. So your options aren't limited to where you start your study. Now here, you'll see it says BMed Sci. Now this is the Bachelor of Medical Science. So at this point, you'll be awarded a degree, a bachelor degree of medical science after your potentially your 3rd or 4th year. You'll also undertake the USMLE at this point as well. So you'll be leaving firstly with that qualification there. Then you come into your rotations, where you'll also then at the end of that you'll have your MD. Now your clinical rotations you will be in hospitals. You'll have to take core rotations in that first year, what's the year 3 of the MD. Then, as mentioned in the video, you can actually in the 4th year and the final year take elective modules. So if you've chosen your specialty, you want to maybe be a dermatologist or oncologist, something along those lines, we will put you into more rotations. And the department that I mentioned at the beginning of career and guidance, these guys will put you in these placements. So you don't have to worry about writing out to more hospitals, trying to find your own placement. We organize that with you to ensure that you're going to get all your rotations. This is a slight breakdown more of the MD program, so I won't tell you too much more because we've spoken about that. However, the optional selectives are a really, really great opportunity. It's a bit like sort of Doctors Without Borders, so that you will be in these countries administering medicine with the support of our St. George's staff. So it'll be like almost practicing being a doctor. And they're undertaken in the summer programs as well. So if you get the chance, great, go for it. And I think there are scholarships to support that as well. So life at SGU. So they spoke about the white coat thing. I love this photo. It shows how many of you guys will be starting your journey with us. And this is at the point of enrollment. So this isn't a sort of graduate thing like that. So you'll be here, you'll have the white coat ceremony, and this is the beginning of your journey. The campus itself, as a lot of the video and everything you've seen so far, is beautiful. But we have leisure facilities, food on campus, a bus service, and we also have our accommodation. Now you can see on this right-hand side here that they've got the door into the bedroom. Now, you'll have your own bedroom, so you've got your own space, which is important. But you will have shared kitchen areas and maybe shower and bathroom areas as well. There you go. At the end of the day, you can sit, after all that learning, because there is an awful lot to go through, you can sit and watch the world go by of the Caribbean, which is, it's just too beautiful to not consider. We also have clubs, societies, we have sports teams as well. So we want to encourage your outside interests. As I've mentioned a few times, that studying to become a doctor is very, very difficult. We will support you all the way through it and work hard with you. However, you need that downtime. Everyone needs that chance for the body and the mind to rest and recuperate. So any hobbies, interests, or if you've got any sports that you like to play, or even just exercise, these are all encouraged on both our sites, both in the UK and in Grenada. However, the UK doesn't have scuba diving. That is one big difference. So you get this. There's a barrier reef that our guys go on, and this circle here, I believe, is actually I think it's an underwater statue. So how do you apply? We have an online application form. So there you will input your contact details, your personal statement, And your personal statement is very, very important. This will shape how your interview happens, and it will show you, that shows us that drive that you have to become a doctor. So it's indicating what's motivating you, what's pushing you forward, and that's where this kicks in. Now, then once you've submitted that, you will then send your documents either to your counsellors who will share it with me, or you can send it to me directly. So we'll ask for 2 letters of recommendation, an IELTS or English language score. That depends. If you're going to the UK, it has to be the UK, the IELTS. If you're going to our Grenada campus, we can accept the IELTS, the Pearson, TOEFL, all these as well. Now, the transcripts is the last 3 years of your transcripts, and then, as I mentioned, the 2 letters of recommendation. They can be from your counsellor, from your teachers. Again, just sort of showing what you're about as a person. Then the interview. Now, the word interview can make some people a little nervous. However, the interview is undertaken with a member of our team, a member of our graduate team. So they will experience the same things that you're experiencing now. And it's almost slightly conversational as well. It's not just, we're not going to test you on your medical knowledge. We're going to talk about your motivation. And that's where the personal statement really kicks in. So that shapes how the interview will happen. So that's why, again, like I say, the personal statement is vital. Once you've been accepted, which you all will, of course, you'll then get your offer. And then it says here, travel to Grenada. What we also do, and this is in sort of non-COVID travel times, is that we will pay for you and a member of your family or guardian to join us in Grenada or the UK, and for a couple of days come and see the campus before you start your study. So maybe in the summer you come across, have a look at the university, get to know your environment, because that's very important. Then return home before coming to study full time. And this is me. So at the bottom, this is me, and at the top there, that's my colleague Sebastian. I'm not sure if you guys will have met. He said at the beginning, he's here as well. So yeah, this would be an opportunity. Does anyone have any questions? This is often the silent bit when I ask if anyone has any questions. It could be absolutely anything that comes to mind. There is things like the scholarships. We do have scholarships available. So our scholarships range from $60,000 to $120,000. And as a general student, you will be receiving a minimum of $60,000 scholarship. So Yashka, are you still there? Do you have any questions?
Hi, Andrew. Maybe you can expand on the GEMS UniConnect scholarship and how a student can access that, please.
Yeah, certainly. Yeah, definitely. So this is a scholarship that will be administered at the point of application. So we have a bit of a process for the scholarships for the additional amounts, where we'll ask whomever the fee payer is, whether it's more often not is a parent, to complete a confidential financial statement, so we know what you're required to be able to join us. So it's based on, the higher level is based on your grades, as well as any additional activity, volunteering, things where maybe you've done leadership pieces, you'll work on that. And then we also ask for a small statement. But as Lena mentioned, we have a guaranteed scholarship for you from $60,000, and that's attributed to your account the moment that we know you're a GEM student. So from your transcripts or in your application, that's attributed to you straight away. So then we can make the application for the further support.
Thank you, Andrew. Yashkur, if you have any questions, please ask away, or you're welcome to contact us at My Path to Uni Inquire button, or email Andrew and Sebastian directly.
And I've also got my WhatsApp number there. I've been living and dying by WhatsApp over the last couple of months. So we're here to help, basically.
Thank you, Andrew. Thank you for your time and for your presentation. And if we have any questions, we'll contact you for sure.